Hello learners, welcome to the YouTube channel of St. Wilfred College of Arts, Commerce, Science, Panvel. So here on our YouTube channel, with the faculties of St. Wilfred's College, we are going to start a lecture series on the basic as well as the advanced topics or the subjects that will make your learning process better and easier. So here we will be covering the subjects as well as topics on all the three courses like arts, commerce as well as science. So you can just put feedback about the topics or the subjects that you want to learn so that we can also put the video lectures on them too. So now let me first introduce myself. So as you can see on screen, my name and my department. So this is Nikita Bahale. I am assistant professor in Department of Computer Science and Information Technology here itself in St. Wilfred's College of Arts, Commerce, Science. So I have done my master's in engineering in computer science and IT, and now I'm pursuing PhD in computer science engineering. So as you can see on the screen, the subject that I have chosen to start or to begin with is programming with C language. So you might be thinking that कि now अभी तो इतना programming languages market में है. So I do agree. When it comes to the field of IT, every day नई नई चीजें market में आती है, and if we want to sustain there, we must learn those things. So you must know that कि no matter what your background is or what your current field is, you can always switch or you can always make a career in the IT industry. And if you are interested in software development, then you must have the knowledge of programming languages. So now here I'm starting my video lectures or I'm beginning them with the C language, because we can say that this C language is like mother of all the programming languages. So if you know the basic concepts or the basic things about the basic language, then it will be easier for you to learn the more advanced language. So now I would just like to start with the content that I'm going to teach you in this video lecture. So here I have written some objectives for learning this C language. So here, first, as you can see, to understand the structure of C language program. So as this is a programming language, this will be used for the development of the applications or the software. So for that, we must first know the structure of the C program so that we can write the code for the application by using that language. Then I will just show you the basic structure or the way by which we can write our first C program. And then the third objective you can see is to introduce the include preprocessor command. This is a command which is always the first line or the first line of every C program. Then the fourth is to be able to create good identifiers for the objects in a program. So now for now, you won't be knowing these things like objects and program if you are not from this background. But जैसे we will go further, you will have an idea what this identifier is or what this object is and what is their role in any program. The next objective, as you can see, is to be able to list, describe, and use the C basic types of data. So whenever we create any application, so जो भी data अपने को store करना है, उसके लिए we will be needing the different types of data like integer or character or fractional numbers and then so on. So for example, I want to develop a page where I can just take the input from the user, his or her name and the email ID and the age, for example. So here I will be needing the two different types of data. First one is the character for the name and the email ID, where it should accept the special type of symbols because email ID will have @ symbol. Then the age of the person. So naturally it will be the integer. So basically these types of data deal with this kind of things in the application. So we will be seeing that also. Next is to be able to create and use the variables and constants. Again, these variables and constants are the things which we use in a program, and obviously they are having their own purpose. So jaise hi we will be moving further towards the topic, you will have a complete idea about what this variable is and what this constant is. Next is to understand the input and output concepts. So input output concept means what? जैसे अभी अपने जो applications अपन phone पे use करते हैं generally, for example, तो during the initial setup we have to give some inputs as in settings, and then as per our settings those applications just work for us. Or else there are some applications where we must give some input, and on the basis of that it will just give the output. For example, I want to book a ticket for myself, either for a train journey or for the flight, or for example, let's just say for the movies. Then what I have to do, I will have to select the things. For an example, in case of travel by train, I have to select the source and the destination, then number of passengers, their age, and their complete data. So what I'm doing here is I'm giving the input to that application, and then on the basis of input that is given by me, that application will process that input and generate the corresponding output for me. So now here in example of the booking of a train ticket, it will just count the fare, calculate the fare for me, and then I will have to pay that much amount, and after that only the tickets will be booked for me. So in this way, this input output things work in the application. So obviously इन चीजों को फ्रंट एंड में वर्क करने के लिए बैकग्राउंड में एज अ प्रोग्रामर वी हैव टू राइट द कोड. So how that things are done means to take the input and to give the output, we are also going to learn that thing here. And the last objective, as you can see, is to be able to use the simple input and output statements. So जैसे अभी अपन ने previous objective में देखा कि the input output concepts, so if we want to implement them in our program, we must use those statements which are used to take the input from user and to provide the output to the user. So the statements जो भी यहाँ use होते हैं in this programming language, we will be also looking after them. So these are the few objectives which I have listed over here. So I hope you have an idea कि अपन अभी क्या सीखने वाले हैं in this video lecture. Then this slide shows us the background. Background as in we can say the basic thing about the C language. So as you can see, C is a structured programming language. It is considered a high-level language because it allows the programmer to concentrate on the problem at hand and not to worry about the machine that the program will be using. That is another reason why it is used by the software developers whose applications have to run on many different hardware platforms. So here you can see, यहाँ पे पहला line क्या बोला है कि C is a structured programming language. So structured means what? कि यहाँ पर जो भी data या फिर जो code है उनको module by module focus किया जाता है. We can say that there is a structure of everything. For example, अगर किसी application के लिए we want to write the code, then we have to first check the details line by line कि क्या चीजें required होंगी, and then after that only we can start the writing of a code. And ये जो programming language है, it is considered as a high level programming language. So high level programming language means there will be a low level programming language also, and there is a middle level programming language also. So this C language is a high level programming language. So why it is that? The reason is कि ये जो programming language है, it is understood by both the machine as well as a human being, and that's the reason this programming language is called as a high level programming language. And then The last line you can see, the another reason why it is used by the software developers whose applications have to run on many different hardware platform. So this means that कि अगर एक बार अपन कोई भी application develop कर देते हैं by using this programming language, then we can use that code as it is on any machine and we can take the same output. मुझे कोई जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी कि अगर मुझे मेरा कोड दूसरे मशीन पर रन करना है तो मुझे वो चेंज नहीं करना पड़ेगा. विदाउट एनी मॉडिफिकेशन, विदाउट एनी चेंजेस, आई विल बी एबल टू रन दैट कोड देयर एंड गेट द सेम आउटपुट जो मुझे बाकी सिस्टम्स पे मिलता है या फिर मिलेगा इफ आई एम यूजिंग अ सी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज. So we can see this is the basic or the background of this programming language. Then the next I have the next thing I have included over here is the structure of the C program, means how it look like. So here जो topic मैं discuss करने वाली हूँ वो है structure of C program. Then first C program, the comments and the greeting program. So let's see what these things are. So as you can see on this slide, कोई भी C program in particular parts में divide किया होता है जो आप screen पे देख रहे हो. पहला तो है preprocessor directive, दूसरा है global declarations, तीसरा आप देख रहे हो वहाँ पे लिखा है int main, and then the fourth is other functions as required. So this is a general syntax or we can say general protocol जिस वे में C का प्रोग्राम लिखना पड़ता है या फिर लिखा जाता है. So पहला है preprocessor directive. So they are called as a preprocessor directive because कोई भी C प्रोग्राम का फर्स्ट लाइन या फिर इनिशियल लाइंस हमेशा होंगे ये preprocessor directive. Whenever the compilation process starts, the compiler looks for them only. And कई और रीजन है लाइक अपन प्रोग्राम में कोई फंक्शंस अगर यूज कर रहे हैं टू परफॉर्म एनीथिंग तो लाइब्रेरी फंक्शंस भी अवेलेबल होते हैं विथ ईच एंड एवरी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज. तो सेम वे सी लैंग्वेज के साथ भी ये फंक्शंस अवेलेबल है एंड दोज लाइब्रेरी फंक्शंस विल बी there in the preprocessor directive. So we can say there are multiple reasons for writing the preprocessor directive. Next part you can see is global declaration. So global declaration means it is the area where we write the statements which are global. Global means what? They are accessible throughout the program anywhere. They are accessible throughout the program anywhere. For example, in real life, if we say public thing and private thing. For example, if I say train or bus, they are the public transport, means they can be used by anyone as per their requirement. On the other hand, the vehicle you are having at your home, it is your private thing. So ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई भी आएगा और उसको यूज करेगा. You or your family members या फिर आप जिनको एक्सेस देते हो उस व्हीकल का, they can use them. So similar way try to relate the things over here कि जो global declaration में अपन statements लिखते हैं वो statements throughout the program कहीं पे भी वो accessible होते हैं. That's why that area of the program is called as a global declaration. The next part is int main and in bracket void. So actually it is a main function. It is a function जिसका नाम है main and हर C program में ये main function होना ही चाहिए. Why? Because जो execution होता है किसी भी C program का, it always starts from main function. The compiler looks for the main function while starting the compilation as well as the execution of a program. And what is that int या फिर जो bracket में लिखा है void, वो चीजें अपन आगे देखेंगे. What is their purpose या फिर वो क्यों लिखा जाता है. Inside the main function you can see the two things, local declarations and statements. And one more thing आप ऑब्जर्व कीजिए, जो मेन फंक्शन स्टार्ट हो रहा है वो इंडिकेट होता है बाय द ओपनिंग कर्ली ब्रैकेट एंड जो मेन फंक्शन खत्म हो रहा है जहां पर इट इज इंडिकेटेड बाय द क्लोजिंग कर्ली ब्रैकेट. सो दैट मीन कि उसके अंदर अपन जो भी कोड लिखेंगे दैट विल बी द पार्ट ऑफ मेन फंक्शन. सो उसमें दो चीजें हैं, लोकल डिक्लेरेशंस एज वेल एज स्टेटमेंट्स। सो जैसे अभी अपन ने देखा, ग्लोबल डिक्लेरेशन मीन्स इट इज अ स्टेटमेंट जो प्रोग्राम में कहीं पर भी एक्सेसिबल होते हैं। ऑन दी अदर हैंड ये जो लोकल डिक्लेरेशन है, इट इज अ एरिया जहां पर अपन जो भी स्टेटमेंट्स लिखेंगे वो सिर्फ लोकली एक्सेसिबल होंगे, मीन्स दे विल नॉट बी एक्सेसिबल थ्रू आउट द प्रोग्राम। वहां पर लिमिटेशन रहेगा कि पर्टिकुलर ब्लॉक ऑफ कोड में ही वो एक्सेसिबल रहेंगे। And then after local declaration there is a statements, means it is a block of code which we need to write to get the desired output. And then main function के बाहर आप देख सकते हो the other functions as required. So जो भी अपन application develop कर रहे हैं उसके accordingly अपने को अलग अलग functions का जरूरत पड़ेगा, and as per that only we have to write the other function. So कोई भी सी प्रोग्राम के ये चार बेसिक पार्ट होंगे, प्री प्रोसेसर डायरेक्टिव, ग्लोबल डिक्लेरेशंस, मेन फंक्शंस एंड अदर फंक्शंस। पहला है प्री प्रोसेसर डायरेक्टिव जहां पर अपन लिखेंगे हेडर फाइल्स। सेकेंड है ग्लोबल डिक्लेरेशन, ऐसा एरिया जहां पर अपन जो स्टेटमेंट्स लिखेंगे वो पूरे प्रोग्राम में कहीं पर भी एक्सेसिबल होंगे। थर्ड इज मेन फंक्शन, we must write a main function in every C program because the compiler looks for it only while compilation as well as the execution. And that main function has two things, local declarations and statements. Statements means ऐसे block of code which is required to get the output, desired output, and local declaration consists of the statements जो locally accessible होंगे to the main function. And the fourth part is the other functions as required, mean as per the requirement of the application that we are going to develop, उसके accordingly यहाँ पर अपन functions को लिखेंगे in the form of code obviously. So I hope जो भी कुछ बेसिक चीजें अपन ने आज एक दो टॉपिक्स देखे, I hope जो आपको वो आइडिया क्लियर हुआ होगा. If not, you can just put the things in the comment section. I will get back to you and make the things clear to you. So rest of the things I will continue in the next video. Thank you.